Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. Are you ready to ride the range? Look at this cutie little card. Happy birthday. Life's a journey. Enjoy the ride. The match is so cute. A fun little fold. A great stamp set. This is my mystery clue for tomorrow in the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social. If you're not familiar with the mystery clue, I put up clue number 1 on Wednesdays, usually afternoon, and you gather your supplies. On Thursday, you come and join me in the craft social with the materials on the list collected, the pieces cut, and then together we stamp along and I walk you through how to assemble those pieces into a card. It's a lot of fun. We do it every other Thursday in the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social. Come join us. There's a link in the description below. This is our card for today. Features the Ride the Range bundle. Looks like this one's going away. When you buy the Ride the Range bundle and the open range dies together, you can save 10%. And this is from the January-June Stampin' Up catalog. So first thing I'm going to do real quick is, just while we're chit-chatting, I'm going to pull off some of this braided linen trim, another retiring product. There's so many. And so many good basics. I can't even get over it. I'm just tying a little bow that I can stick on later. And then we're going to emboss our card base. Now, our card base is solid color cardstock of your choice. And it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Over here, I have some early espresso. There's our little bow. And I'm going to put it on mini glue dots for safe storage until we're ready to pick and stick. All right, so there's our bow. Got the Pinewood Planks embossing folder here. Gonna run that through in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I want to just lay that in there because of the strong vertical pattern on the Pinewood Planks. I want to make sure that it's in there good and straight, and I like where the planks stop and start. Looks good to me. If you're like me and you've got these ancient folders with, say, Sizzix on them, it's still a current product. I've had it for years. Stampin' Up products hold up great. You're going to want to emboss this one with 1, which is your platform, and 3, which is one of your cutting pads. Look at that gorgeous wood grain texture. Don't you love it? Such a great neutral. Now, the next thing we're going to take a look at here is we have designer series paper and 3 1/4 by 5. So I've got In Good Taste designer series paper. It's a wood grain paper, and I'm just going to adhere that to my card base. Use some multi-purpose liquid glue and give that a good burnish so that it adheres to that texture. Now, the next 2 pieces from our list are solid color cardstock, 2 3/4 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Let me run a bone folder on that. Then we have a solid color cardstock, or white cardstock, about 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 for inside. Well, if you look at mine, I decided that I was going to use the die from the open range. I love this cool shape, and this is the first time I've used it. Can you believe that? Let's go ahead and cut one of those. Got a great big scrap of basic white cardstock. And let's see. I think we can get 2 of these out of here. Such a cool shape. All right, well, I'm die cutting with the open range dies. Look at that. Isn't that fun? That's a fun shape to add to a project. If I wasn't so busy, if I had more hands, I'd have to make that into a ghost. Pretty cute, huh? All right. I've got my In Good Taste designer series paper here, another scrap, and we're going to cut a fence using the open range dies. Love this. And I've got a scrap of early espresso. I'm going to cut the windmill with early espresso. And then I have a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock. Now this Mossy Meadow cardstock is 4 inches long. That's important because it's going to go across our card in the 4-inch section. And I'm going to cut that mossy meadow with this little hill. I love this. Looks like a rolling green pasture, doesn't it? All right, we're going to give all those a crank. See if we can get everybody at once without anybody running away from us. The windmill and the fence would be perfect for a little bit of multi-purpose adhesive sheets. You could put the multi-purpose adhesive on the back of the scrap and then cut it out. And then your die cut would be a peel and stick kind of arrangement. Very nice if you don't like to glue. I always, every single time, forget about it. I come back, get the video going, and then as I'm die cutting, I'm like, oh, I should have gotten some of my multi-purpose sheets so that I could show people how cool. Look at my fence, little wooden split rail fence. I love that. All right, I think that's our die cutting until we color our cowboy. Speaking of, let's go ahead and stamp him. White cardstock and Memento Tuxedo black ink, some Stampin' blends. I've got soft suede, got dark smoky slate, light basic black, misty moonlight, mango melody, which I like best with the bumblebee that we're using, and that one's retiring. Get that one while you can if you like it. Light mossy meadow and ivory. I'm gonna stamp my little cowboy. Looks good. While we're at it, let's do a little bit more stamping here. Got a stitched circle. This is cut from white cardstock, basic white cardstock. It's the second largest of the stitched shape circles. This one's retiring too. Can you believe it? It's been my right-hand man for a while. All right, and we've got our dome shape. Let's go ahead and put our greetings on here. I've got for inside, life's journey, enjoy the ride. I'm gonna put that a little bit high of center and then right to left centered. I love the font. Oh, I'm gonna miss this stamp set. I've hardly had any time with it. And then I've got happy birthday. All of this is from that same Ride the Range stamp set. We're gonna stamp that one real high so we have room for our cowboy and his ride. There we go. Good deal. And give those a second to dry. Let's color our cowboy. I'm going to do the horse, soft suede, and the mane black and the tail black. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to do the dark smoky slate and color the mane. I love this. It's a little, and all you really have to do is dab to fill in. It's a quick color. And then I'm going to take the light basic black and do underside of the tail and then just the ends of the mane, because the sun would be shining on the top part. It's so small, I'm not even going to blend it together. Then my horse, I'm going to color in with soft suede. We're going to start with the light. I'm going to do a little bit of shading on the horse. That's the only shading I'll do. I'm just going to color in first. Give a solid coat of the light soft suede. And now that I've got a solid horse, let's go ahead and where the artist showed us with the little hash lines, we're going to go with a touch of dark soft suede. So down the legs, the neck, we'll go ahead and do the face. Then we do have to bring those together. We'll just use little circles and bring those two colors or those two shades together. So good. All right, now hat. Well, we've got the light soft suede and boots. Just touch the boots. His jeans are going to be some light misty moonlight. I got both thinking I might shade a little bit and then didn't. And then his collar, like he's got a little bandana. His shirt is going to be light mango melody, and so is the saddle blanket. I'm going to make this saddle light soft suede. And the reins, they're going to be fashion reins. We're going to go Misty Moonlight for them. And then little ivory touch on his face, hand. And I'm going to do some light mossy meadow as ground. You can get rid of all of these markers and die cut our cowboy. You do want to hold on to your mossy meadow for just a minute. I'll show you why. Let's die cut our cowboy. I love a good die cut image. There we go. There he is, perfectly cut for me. Love that. I don't mind a fussy cut, I really don't, but we held on the mossy meadow. We're gonna go the brush end here. What we're gonna do is just finish this edge. This edge is going to sit on our mossy meadow cardstock ground. And so I don't want that white edge contrast against the grassy hill that we cut. So let's do a little more assembly here. Love this card. We need some multi-purpose liquid glue. I'm gonna go ahead and put glue on the back of my Misty Moonlight piece. We're going to add just a smidge of glue, the center of our dome piece. And then I want to line this up. I got a few minutes here where I can slide and position everything. And then once I've got that where I like it for the Misty Moonlight, we can go ahead and add some more glue for our inside piece. I just wanted to make sure that my sentiment would be hidden, and I liked the way the little dome looked from the outside with the card closed. All right, we're cruising it now. Let's get some more designer series paper. This one is from the Dragonfly suite, or is it a suite? The Dandy Garden designer series paper coordinates with the Dragonfly Punch and the Dragonfly Garden stamp set. It was the right color, so isn't that cool? Bringing the different designer series papers, mix and match. There's our background. Let me get my guy in here. So cute. I have two more things that I want to show you. I did some die cutting ahead of time. I cut a 2 9/16, so the third largest layering circles die, the scalloped layering circles die. This is Early Espresso. And then I have from Bumblebee cardstock this largest label from the Tasteful Labels dies. This is about 3 5/16 by 2 3/8. We're going to adhere these guys together with our greeting using liquid glue. Be careful here. You don't want to go past the top of the scallop, because when we line these guys up, we're going to have them peek over the edge of the card just a little bit. See, it's only a touch, but watch your glue. Don't want to glue your card closed. Then we can glue this to the card front. So I've got my label meeting the Misty Moonlight and my Early Espresso going past the bounds of the front card front. And then we can burnish down and then add our greeting. I like to burnish it down and then add my greeting, because now is really when we can check for a level greeting. If we try to level it over here and then move it over here, by the time you get it on there, it might be skewed one way or the other. So that's the idea there, adding the greeting directly to the card. Our ground, look at this. Oh, I love this die so much. This is a multitasker too. Any stamp set that needs a little ground, there it is in the Ride the Range bundle. Let's add some liquid glue to that fence piece that we die cut. I love this little fence. And we're going to add that to our card along the landscape. I love, love, love. It's going to go a little bit, it's a tiny bit longer than our card front, so we'll have to trim it in just a second. Now let's get our windmill. Apply the glue the same way, just little streaks. Don't go past the top half of the windmill because it's going to breach the end of the card, but line it up at the bottom all the way on the ground there. Oh, I love. Do you love? I love. All right, we need some dimensionals for our cowboy. We're going to pop that guy up. Okay, our dimensionals are sticky. Let's pop him into the scene. We want him right in the center there. Ooh, he's so cool. Remember that bow we tied at the beginning? Now we can pick and stick that to our card front. All right, now last touch. Got the metallic pearls. You get half gold, half silver, and it's 242 pieces. I'm just adding one right into the center of my windmill. We wouldn't want that to spin and fly away, right? So we got to make sure it's secured. If you've got any questions about the card and the project, if there's anything I do to help you stay crafty, email marissa@kitchentablestamper.com. Check out the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social. The link is in the description below the video. And to shop Stampin' Up 24/7, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.